Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Christopher A. Smith, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Fossil Energy, U.S. Department of Energy.
So good afternoon, and it's a pleasure to address this audience, and I want to thank the Council on Competitiveness for partnering with Department of Energy to host this important discussion on these key issues, these important issues that we're talking about today. So I'll address this audience on a couple of angles. So I run the Office of Fossil Energy within the Department of Energy. So we focus on carbon capture and sequestration, on sustainable development of hydrocarbon resources, and also on the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is another part of the organization that we manage. So I'll highlight in my brief comments here sort of two themes that we're focused on within the Office of Fossil Energy. The first is the emergence of a much greater resource in terms of lower cost, economical natural gas with lower levels of price volatility. Over the past few years, we've seen a dramatic shift in the way that we think about energy, the way that we think about energy security. I came to the department in 2009, and prior to coming here, I actually worked on LNG import terminals, the very same terminals that are now being turned into LNG export terminals over which the department has regulatory authority. So a dramatic shift in the way that we think about natural gas, a dramatic shift in the way that we think about energy security, which has also created some real opportunities in terms of manufacturing. We are seeing manufacturing activity from GTL plants, gas to liquids, to chemicals, to other types of manufacturing that are returning to the United States at rates which we have not seen for decades. So it's truly a very, very exciting opportunity. So as we think about energy policy, as we think about what we do with LNG exports, what we think about when we think about pipelines, certainly we are always cognizant of making sure that we are getting the best out of this resource, that we're prudently developing it, and that we are doing everything we can to make sure that we're creating opportunities for American manufacturers, something that's very, very important for our society and for our economy. The most significant thing that we can do in that aspect is make sure that we are producing this resource safely, that we're producing it in a way that's environmentally sustainable, and that the people who live and work close to the places where these wells are being drilled have the confidence that we are managing these processes effectively, using smart common sense regulation and using technological advances. So that's a key part of our mission. And that's something that you would have heard Secretary Moniz talk to earlier today when he talked about the advantages that come out of our growing domestic resources. The second point that we work on within the Department of Energy and specifically within the Office of Fossil Energy are developing new technologies that help us to create manufacturing opportunities for U.S. businesses. So there's a very wide range of activities that we collaborate with the private sector. Most everything that we do is a key collaboration between the Department of Energy and companies that are actually deploying these technologies out in the field. All of our missions have to do with reducing emissions, reducing carbon pollution, ensuring that we are doing everything that we can to return anthropogenic CO2 emissions down to long-term sustainable levels. A couple of important subcomponents to that mission when it comes to the Office of Fossil Energy. The first is increasing the efficiency of power plants that use fossil energy. If you can increase efficiency, you use less hydrocarbons. If you use less hydrocarbons, then you're emitting fewer emissions. The second important part of that is the technology around carbon capture and sequestration, which is the lion's share of what we work on within the Office of Fossil Energy. So as we take all of the things that we do in the laboratory and we move them out to the field, perhaps the most significant thing that we're working on right now are the major demonstrations that are taking the things that we're learning in the laboratory and building them out in the economy. Taking that first step is critical. And in order to do that, we have to have good collaborations, good partnerships with our corporate partners. I was just down in South Texas a few weeks ago at a coal-fired power plant down south of Houston, in which NRG just had a groundbreaking on what's going to be the largest post-combustion carbon capture project in the world, in which they're taking an existing plant, they're putting on, they're retrofitting it with post-combustion CCS, they're taking that CO2, compressing it, putting it into a pipeline, and sending it into an oil field for enhanced oil recovery. It takes big, audacious projects like this to move ideas from the drawing board to the bench scale and out into the real world. And that's a critical part of what we do. In order to do that, we have to have good and engaged corporate partners, and that's a key part of our mission. When we think about how we envision the clean energy economy of the future within the Department of Energy, we kind of see two types of societies, two types of countries. We see countries that are going to build, that are going to invest, that are going to experiment and learn and innovate and create those technologies that are going to be critical for creating the sustainable power systems that we're going to need for the clean energy economy of the future. And we're also going to see those countries that don't do that and then go out and buy those technologies from those countries that are in the first category. So all of the work that we're doing here collectively between the Department of Energy and the Council of Competitiveness, all the work that we do within our programs that are collaborations with the private sector, are really focused on making sure that we stay in that first category. Areas in which we do have a lead, that we maintain that lead, that we're creating opportunities for American businesses and American families, and that we are taking our leadership and our capabilities and our competencies in the manufacturing sector, and we're turning that into real-world prosperity, to jobs and opportunities, and into an economy that is releasing less carbon pollution into the environment, so that we can manage this, what we see as a moral imperative to address the challenges of climate change. So I want to thank the Council of Competitiveness for giving me the opportunity to talk to this group here. We've got a great panel that's coming up that's going to talk about a lot of these issues in greater detail. But with that, I want to thank you for having me here today, and I look forward to hearing the next panel that's coming up. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Elizabeth Wayman, Director, Clean Energy Manufacturing Initiative, U.S. Department of Energy.
Thank you, Chris, for your insights and perspective on the critical challenges and opportunities related to fossil energy and manufacturing. I run DOE's Clean Energy Manufacturing Initiative. This is an integrated effort across the Department of Energy to formulate a strategy on how we can rise to this occasion of clean energy manufacturing at this unique moment in our nation's energy history. The objectives of our initiative are: one, to enhance U.S. competitiveness in manufacturing of clean energy technologies, and two, to enhance U.S. competitiveness in manufacturing across the board by leveraging energy efficiency and increasing our energy productivity, and leveraging the low-cost, abundant natural resources that we're benefiting from today. Reflecting back on Chris's comments, efforts like what Chris described in manufacturing innovation and innovation in energy technologies are really core to the department's manufacturing strategy. We have focused innovation in three specific ways so far. First is on research and development projects, individual projects that we carry out with innovative scientists in the national labs, universities, and companies. The second way that we're focusing our innovation resources is to create facilities and shared spaces for manufacturing innovation, like our manufacturing demonstration facility at Oak Ridge National Lab and NNMI institutes, manufacturing innovation institutes that are building out the National Network for Manufacturing Innovation launched by President Obama. We also are working through technical assistance to help companies adopt innovative technologies that can both revolutionize the way that we manufacture clean energy technologies and help companies and manufacturers save energy and save money that they can put back into the bottom lines of their businesses. So it's innovation that really is core to DOE's strategy for manufacturing competitiveness, and it's innovation that can disrupt industries and entire economies, and relentless innovation is what can truly secure a competitive advantage through evolving and challenging times. And so this is what we've been pursuing at the Department of Energy, and we engaged this group through the Council on Competitiveness. And on behalf of our whole team working on manufacturing, I'd really like to thank the Council on Competitiveness, our wonderful partners in this challenge. It truly has been a meaningful partnership with shared objectives to enhance U.S. competitiveness in clean energy technologies and manufacturing competitiveness across the board through energy efficiency and low-cost domestic resources. Shared goals are powerful and unique, and that shared vision is what brings all of us here today. And if we can accomplish this shared vision of clean energy manufacturing competitiveness to create the conditions in the U.S. under which clean energy manufacturing can flourish as a part of a global economy, we will surely accrue the benefits that can be derived from manufacturing in this unique moment in our energy history. You heard earlier today about the $300 billion invested annually in energy efficiency, a huge annual market for our manufacturers to take advantage of. Over $10 trillion in the power sector alone that will be invested between now and 2030. And also to take advantage of energy efficiency, this represents an important opportunity, that has amounted so far to $1.7 billion in savings, already demonstrated by our partners in the Better Plants Challenge. So to that end, with our partnership with the Council on Competitiveness, the American Energy and Manufacturing Competitiveness Partnership, we've convened thought leaders and dialogues across the country. And insights gained through this effort have reinforced our innovation strategy, but have also highlighted the most urgent and important opportunities for public and private sectors to come together to solve. And that's why we're here today. We're here to report back to you on those insights in hopes that we can all partner together to take on these challenges. First, we heard about leveraging our national laboratories for manufacturing competitiveness. Today, we witnessed the kind of groundbreaking innovation that our laboratories are capable of. So as Secretary Moniz says, our labs are open for business. It's a no-brainer to unleash this incredible capability to maximize the impact of our national labs on the manufacturing sector. Second, accelerating the development of materials from discovery through commercialization by bringing the promise of the Materials Genome Initiative closer to the manufacturing floor to create tools and invent materials that are born qualified. The development of new materials is critical for reaching our energy technology development goals and accelerating the rate at which those materials reach the hands of American manufacturers will not only provide higher performance in clean energy technologies, but will allow manufacturers to compete in the global market. Third, fundamentally changing both the thermodynamics and the kinetics of scaling innovation to manufacturing. Recent studies have shown that in the clean energy sector in particular, scaling innovation to manufacturing attracts less capital than other sectors of a company's growth. And it's no wonder. Investments in scaling innovation to manufacturing suffer substantial risk, yet provide the lowest return out of any stage of growth. So can we define new ways to de-risk technologies so that returns on investment are more attractive and more certain, and technologies can more effectively cross that very difficult valley of death? Fourth, leveraging high-performance computing for manufacturing. From processing massive amounts of data that we're able to collect today, to modeling behavior and performance of materials and other manufacturing processes, high-performance computing can offer unique capabilities to solve problems and gain insights that would otherwise be unsolvable. Can we leverage this resource and do so in a way that also generates tools that can impact Main Street manufacturers and allow them to take these challenges into their own hands to solve their own problems? And fifth, the power of state and regional strategies for clean energy manufacturing competitiveness. It's within a region, a state, or a community where an innovator ultimately decides to start a business and where that innovator may choose to scale up to manufacturing. We must work together across states and regions to collectively be a competitive nation. And so we highlight these challenges today not as something that DOE can commit to taking on its own, We highlight these challenges to report back to the community what we've learned in hopes that we can take on these challenges together. And if we can achieve this, our efforts will capture the value of this massive market opportunity represented by clean energy manufacturing. It can also unlock greater capital investment in clean energy technologies to ultimately accelerate innovation. And it can also provide critical feedback from manufacturing to lay the foundation for innovating the next generation of game-changing technologies. Through the vision of Assistant Secretary Danielson, the Department of Energy initiated this partnership with the Council on Competitiveness and our Clean Energy Manufacturing Initiative. And thanks to the Secretary's leadership, we're now banding together across the department to take on these challenges with our colleagues in fossil energy, nuclear energy, and beyond. And with the Alliance to Save Energy, we turn to the goal of doubling our nation's energy productivity. So thanks very much to the dedicated thought leadership from our collaborators within the Department of Energy, from our partners at the Council on Competitiveness in this wonderful community, and to our leadership within DOE for really helping us embrace this challenge together. I especially want to thank our team who made these efforts and this event here today possible: Andreas Marcotti, Amber Passmore, Jill Litwin, Eli Levine, Brian Walker, and colleagues across the department. Thank you for your partnership, and we look forward to the outcomes that lie ahead.